Today's topic is on how to manage inventory in TallyPrime. So inventory management is the biggest relief for the accountants if they are using TallyPrime effectively. There are various features involved in inventory management in TallyPrime, but in that we are going to discuss few topics today. So in all my sessions, I'm talking about the inventory management, 2 or 3 features. Similarly, today also we are going to discuss 3 features. Myself, Manikandan, I'm the Chief Knowledge Officer at Asset Integrated Info System. So Asset Integrated Info System is the #1 5-star Tally partner in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, serving since 1997 for all your Tally related, product related like Tally Silver, Gold Server, or your services like TSS or TDL, integration of any other applications into your accounting software like Tally. You can contact Asset Integrated Info System. www.assettally.com is the official website of Asset Integrated Info System. Let us get into the subject. So today's topic is about inventory management in TallyPrime. There are various features to manage your inventories effectively through TallyPrime. In that, we are going to discuss the 3 topics. That is, #1, tracking goods delivered but invoice not issued. This is very important area where most of the problem starts from here. Sometimes we deliver the goods first and we issue the invoice later. So there is a high possibility that some of the companies will be having a lot of deliveries. Okay, so per day itself, they'll be delivering 4 to 5 times to particular customer, and they may not issue invoice immediately. They issue invoice together. First, they will send the materials along with the delivery note, and later they will send the invoices for the deliveries they made earlier. See, now the question is whether it is allowed in GST or not. That's a different story. But when the materials are delivered to the customer, the invoice should be raised properly. So otherwise, if we don't raise invoice, we'll be getting into a lot of complications. That we are going to discuss, and how to track such deliveries and invoices not issued scenarios in Tally also we are going to discuss. The #2, categorizing the stock items into batches. So this is an area where most of the trading organizations or manufacturing organizations are not following it effectively in TallyPrime. In my experience, I have seen most of the companies now implementing this feature. Simple thing is, when you buy material, you can make it as batches. So you have seen it in the medicine companies and fast-moving consumer goods like perishable products, kind of goods or drugs companies may use these features effectively. So some other companies like electronic items handling people also can use this effectively so that they can categorize it batch wise. Okay, say for example, 2023 batch or 23 4 batch kind of a batching system, you can have it. In future, you can track the old batches and you can follow the last in first out method or first in last out method, whatever it is, whatever is your preference, depends on the product which you are handling. So further, this categorization of stock items into batches will be very much useful. And finally, the 3rd topic we are going to discuss today is understanding stock movement analysis. Okay, so we have to understand the movements. So there are 2 things I'm going to discuss on that. 1, the internal movements. So movement of stock from one place to another place. I'm not talking about the movement of stock from your supplier place to your place or your place to customer place. I'm talking about the internal movements. Okay, so there is a chance you'll be having a godown, a raw material godown separately, or a manufacturing unit separately, or you'll be having a main location, main godown, or the shop from where you'll be selling the goods to your retailers, kind of a different location where you keep the materials. There will be a movement, internal movement. This should be effectively managed. There is a high possibility. So if we don't follow this internal movements and we don't analyze the internal movements, there is a possibility you may spend more for the transportations, and there is a possibility you will search the materials when the materials are very much urgently needed by the customers, and sometimes it will be available in one place. You may think that the materials are not available. There is a possibility you may lose the business. Similarly, external, that means when the movements with the suppliers and customers, this option in Tally is going to help you to identify from which supplier you are buying these materials frequently, or to which customer you are supplying this material frequently. Of course, it is going to help us to minimize the cost and also to increase your profitability and also to reduce the risk on the products which are getting expired, kind of a profitability issues also can be arrested because of these features, right? Let us get into the topic. First, goods delivered but not invoiced. Okay, suppose if the situation is like you are delivering the materials to your customer first and then you are issuing the invoice, there is a possibility you may issue so many delivery notes and you may not track it properly when you are issuing the invoices. So to address that problems, there is a system called tracking numbers in Tally. If you are using it properly, your problems can be solved. Number one, your working capital problems can be arrested. That means I've seen a company, they'll be keep on sending the materials through the delivery note and they're supposed to invoice to the respective customer, but they'll be lacking on it. Okay, so because there is a possibility customers may reject some materials before invoicing and they have to account it properly through rejections in. Finally, for the total materials consumed by the consumers, the invoice is supposed to be raised. In that situation, if there is any mistakes on the quantity or if there is a chance you may miss a particular delivery note. So in all those cases, Tally is going to give a nice warning. That is, goods delivered but invoice not issued, which is going to be highlighted on your profit and loss account under sales account. See, it is very much useful feature. Okay, so if you are seeing the profit and loss statement under the sales area, you can find a word goods delivered but invoice is not issued with the value for how much value we have not issued invoice. If you don't issue invoice, it will not be accounted by your customer. Okay, then it will not come under the receivable. Finally, it is going to affect your working capital. Okay, so I'll not say that it's going to affect your profit immediately. So if you miss to invoice at right time, that is also very, very important. Some companies have a target of issuing invoice at the month end. Okay, so they'll be fixing some deadline to issue invoice. They don't prolong it because otherwise the customer will not make payment, because some customers will have the habit of making payment after 45 days from the date of invoice, kind of a credit system they'll be following. In such cases, if you don't issue the invoice at the right time, there is a possibility you will not get the money. Indirectly, it is going to affect your working capital. You will not have a fund to manage your payables, your expenses, or if you have a plan to expand your organization, you will suffer with the poor fund flow. So to avoid that, issue invoice at right time, and Tally is going to help you with a warning message: goods delivered, but invoice is not issued. Okay, and a very serious problem here is you'll be facing a problem from your compliances, from your GST. Okay, if you are issuing, delivering the materials which is consumed by your customer already, but the invoice is not issued, that means you're not levying GST, you're not collecting GST from your customer, you're not going to remit it to the government. Simply you're reducing the liability. So this is going to create a serious consequences, right? And one fine day, if you ask money, your customer will say, sir, you have not issued invoice. Again, you will get a problem with the customers and the relationship. Number two, stock categorization. So I'll tell you how it is going to benefit your organization. When you are buying the materials, you have to name it as a batch. Okay, so in two areas, it is going to help you. One, if your products are perishable, or if it is a medicine kind of a product which has an expiry date, or if it is an electronic kind of a product where you'll be using last and first out method to send the materials out, because the old products should be sent to the customers first. Okay, because the products will get damaged or it has some lifetime, no? So we have to remove the old products first from your godown. So to solve that material movements, okay, last in first out method, it is very much useful. And there is a possibility you may incur some additional expenses for the particular batch products. Assume that the products which I have purchased during December 2024. Okay, so it is named as December 2024. So it may require some packing or cleaning, whatever it is. Okay, if you incur some cost to the particular batched materials, then you're supposed to allocate such cost to the material. Then only you can identify the exact the cost involved on the particular products. So this feature is going to help you on two ways. One, to identify the old products. Number two, to identify the particular batch product to fix the additional cost. Number three, the main thing, stock movements. So as I told you already, two type of movements you are going to identify. One, the internal movement, that is a movement of goods from your organization, from your godown to manufacturing unit or manufacturing unit to your location of sales, etc. You can identify. Number two is to manage the vendors effectively. You can identify see some reports which helps you to identify from which supplier you are buying this material frequently. Similarly, if you have a lot of materials in your godown, suppose you want to clear all the materials, various reasons, the product may get expired, or there is a possibility you'll be facing some cash crunch problem. So you want to clear the products to the customers who purchase the materials already from us. Okay, then Tally is going to help you to identify the customer who bought the material frequently. Okay, so then you can talk to your customer. See, Tally is not only the accounting and financial management software. I used to say it's a complete business solution software, because here for marketing point of view also, Tally is going to help you to identify the customer who's buying the material frequently. Then you can pitch the customer and talk to them to clear the materials, maybe at the discount price or whatever it is, right? So these are all the three things we are going to discuss today. Let me open Tally and give a live demonstration on this inventory management. There are various features in Tally related to inventory management, but today we are discussing just 3 points. I'll select the company Raghavan and Associates for this practicals, right? I have created some ledgers. Anyway, there is nothing to activate to discuss about all these topics. There is one additional thing: enable batches. From F11 features, you can enable batches. As soon as we enable the batches, you'll be getting maintain expiry dates for batches. It's an additional option. If you want, you can use it. Otherwise, you can skip. So I'm going to enable it. Right. This is the only feature I'm going to enable to discuss these 3 topics. First, we'll discuss about the goods delivered and invoices not issued scenario. How to handle this scenario. Now, let's assume that I'm going to buy some material for the demonstration purpose. Let me buy some materials. I'm choosing the supplier LL Enterprises. Simply, I'm buying some materials. I'm going to store it in the main location. I'll put some prices. If you are comfortable about the purchase entries and sales entries, just passing some purchase entry just to ensure that we have enough items to discuss this topics. I just kept all my materials in the main location. Now coming to the main topic, that is passing delivery note. Okay, delivery note is available in the as delivery note is nothing but a inventory voucher. So if you are using the delivery note, your books of accounts will not get affected. Okay, only the stock movements will be identified. Okay, so it is not available in the basic screen. It should be enabled. Go to F10 other vouchers and you can find show inactive. So now you can see all the voucher types available in Tally. So then enable the voucher type called delivery note. So once it is enabled, I'll just open the voucher type again. I'll show you how to bring a delivery note voucher type. So delivery is something related to sales. Earlier in Tally ERP9, so this shortcut keys are different. This function keys for to enable the vouchers are totally different. But now in TallyPrime, it is categorized. For example, something related to the sales order, delivery, and sales invoice. All the 3 are grouped under F8. Okay, you can find a navigation button and select the delivery note. Okay, if you are continuously using this voucher types, you can remember Alt F8 is the shortcut key to enable delivery note. Now I got delivery note. This is about delivery note, right? You can send the materials, put some references. You have to use all the fields. The PO which is received from customer, you can mention that PO date, you can mention and I'm just selling the materials to Hardwares. Okay, and select some materials, and there is an option called tracking number. This is the key point. Okay, if you use this option, then only you can track it. Okay, when the materials are delivered but invoice is not issued, this tracking number is going to guide us with the identification of tracking number 1. Or you can use a PO number also, or you can create a new number for this delivery also. Some people will be having a manual DC register, DC book, delivery notebook, etc. So they can use such numbers for the future tracking. When you're contacting the customer also for communication purpose, you should give some references. The customer asks for the reference, you can say like date is 1st of April and the DC number is 84, kind of a notifications you can give to the customer for the identification. Now I'm selecting the tracking number 1. I'm going to send the materials from the godown main location, and the material price probably 9,500. I'm just fixing it. So if there is a ledger, you can use a sales ledger. I'm not using GST or bill by jitters features additionally. I'm just selecting the sales tracking number for the next item, 9 items also. Same pattern. Just select the next items. This same tracking number, you can use it for future reference. The sales invoice also. Now I have delivered some materials to my customer, Mrs. M Hardwares. That's a customer. Now I have supposed to issue invoice. Let us check it in the P&L. Okay, so I just made a purchase of 15,70,000, and under the sales, I have not issued any sales invoice. I just delivered the material. Understand? Delivery note, receipt note vouchers are non-accounting vouchers. It's just a pure inventory vouchers. What it means? If you use such vouchers, your books of accounts will not get affected. If you want to see the sample, I'll go to the ledger book display, more reports, account book, ledgers, select the customer name Hardwares. You cannot find any transaction in Hardwares because it will not affect the books of accounts. Even the values also you cannot see. Okay, but it is stored in the system. It is there in Tally delivery note. See, delivery note is issued to one customer called Hardwares, but it will not affect the books of accounts. It will affect only the inventory registers. That is the feature of delivery note. Now, when the invoice is not issued, it should not come under sales, right? Yes, it will not come under sales. It will come as sales bills to make. Okay, if the invoice is yet to be issued, then Tally is giving a wonderful warning message that your sale bill is yet to make. Just enter, it will show the list of customer and the list of products for which you have not issued invoice. This is only one entry I have passed for your understanding, but if you have multiple entries, okay, so this report is going to help you if you fail to issue delivery note. Say for example, in this situation itself, Hardware says there is a problem with the product Ben EW2480. They are accepting 24 products. One product got damaged. They says don't raise invoice for one bank eye care monitor. Okay, so because they're not accepting us, they are going to reject to us. That means we are going to raise invoice only for 24 numbers. But the remaining one number, they're supposed to return it. Okay, or we have to raise invoice. That's a two option we have. Either they have to return to us or we have to raise invoice. There is a high possibility customer may not return the material, they keep it with them, but we don't issue invoice also. So in these kind of a situations also you can manage if you use this tracking number option properly, right? See, you have multiple options to see the report in different pattern, change view. You can see monthly summary, you can see monthly analysis, right? So now I'm coming out. P&L is going to show you a report for the goods delivered, but invoices not made. I'll come out. I'll pass one sales invoice to understand the situation after raising sales invoice. Okay, let me select the customer, same customer Hardwares. Now I have to track the tracking number here. Okay, if more than one DC, 5 DC, 10 DC, suppose assume that you have issued 100 DCs. That means 100 times you have delivered material, but invoice is yet to be issued. All the 100 delivery notes will be coming here. That's nothing but a warning to us for not issuing the invoice. Okay, so it will list down all the 100 delivery notes. Okay, so not even 100, 200, 300, whatever it is. Okay, I've seen a thread manufacturing companies. Okay, they'll be sending 2-3 threads to a chapel manufacturing company or leather bags manufacturing company, shoe manufacturing company. They'll send one bundle of threads, 2 bundle. They don't issue the invoice immediately. Okay, they keep on sending the materials to the customers. At the end of the day, they prepare single invoice. There is a possibility they'll be delivering 50, 60 products. There is a possibility they may not issue invoice. They may miss 1 or 2 deliveries against invoice. Tally will give a nice warning for them. Now I'm selecting a delivery note. As soon as I select the delivery note, it is confirmed that now the sales invoice 1 is issued against the deliveries which we made already. Okay. Now we are not going to deliver the material. Materials are already delivered. Okay. Now Tally will list out the products which we have given already to the customer against the delivery number 1. Okay. We have an option to change it. Say for example, customer denied to accept 25. This is issue invoice only for 25. That's all. Simply you modify that quantity alone. Remaining things you can accept as it is. Say for example, at the time of delivering the material, you have not mentioned the GST or conveyance or transportation charges, loading charges, etc. Now also you can mention. Okay, you have a chance to modify the invoice, quantity, rates, etc., etc. Right? Now I have changed the quantity from 25 to 24. I'll just accept the invoice. Coming to P&L. Now also the sales figure shows 5 lakhs. How come it is? Just see by shift enter. So that's a shortcut key to see the reports in detailed format. In ERP9, we use Alt F1 to see the reports in detailed format. Now we don't have F1 as a function key. F1 has been allotted for help menu. Now we have F5 and Alt F5. Alt F5 is a hider in the navigation button. You just click and get it. Alt F5. You can see the detailed P&L. Again, you click it. It is condensed. It's a toggle key between detailed and condensed. I use shift enter because I am going to keep the cursor in sales account. I use shift enter. Sales is 4,90,000. Sales bills to make us 10,000 only. Just enter and see the details. Customer Hardwares, they have accepted only 24 materials. So the initial quantity of delivery is 25, but we have issued invoice for 24. Only 1 item, the invoice is yet to be issued. Right? So this is how Tally is going to help you to identify if the materials are purchased and the materials are sold by delivering the materials first and raising the invoice later. Okay, this is one area. And coming to the next thing, that is batch. I told you already, F11 is the area from where you are going to enable the advanced feature, enable batches. Okay, not only in F11, also in the items level, you are going to enable that feature. Okay, go to stock item alteration. We have created the items already. For this example purpose, I'll create a new item. I'll create a new item. I just created Logitech mouse. Quantity as numbers. Now you'll get the option, additional details, maintain in batches, set components. See, there are various fields in the stock item also. So see the such as blank spaces. Spaces are used for some other additional options. You can find it from F12 also. Okay. See, in F12, you can find a lot of options. If you want, you can enable it. In that, items in batches is already enabled. Okay. I'll come out. Just mention maintain in batches. Yes, I'm going to maintain in batches. If you want to track the manufacturing date and the expiry date, you enable it. Okay. So I want to track the manufacturing date and the expiry date. See, I told you already for the medicines, drugs manufacturing companies, for the food products, FMCG products and all, they can use this option effectively. Okay. Now, it's a beautiful warning message you get it from Tally. Suppose if you select the item to prepare invoice to sell it to the customer. If the product is already expired, Tally will give a warning. Okay, it will not allow you to select such items. So you'll be finding it in the godown, but it will not allow you to prepare invoice. The simple thing is it is already expired. That's all, right? So now I've created a stock item. Now let me get into the purchase. I'm going to pass one purchase entry for the purchase of materials. Assume that I'm buying material from JM Technologies and I'm selecting the item Logitech mouse. Now you can see the field is expanded. Earlier, the stock item allocation screen will have a go down quantity, rate, amount, area. Now it's going to be widened. Okay, so if you have any tracking number, you can use it. Otherwise, you can simply skip, come to the go down area where you are going to store the materials. Assume that I'm going to store the materials in southwest go down. And now you are going to create a batch. So you can find a batch name on the product also. Okay, most of the electronic products also will have a batch name. Okay, assume that the batch name is November 2024 or something before the purchase date. It should be something before the purchase date, right? So assume that it's March 2024. Now I'm going to name it. It's the first time I'm enabling it, no? So I have to name it March 2024. It's a batch. Okay, and you mentioned the quantities, rate. So if there is anything related to the manufacturing date and expiry date, that also you can mention here. Okay, since it is mouse, it does not use the expiry date. If you want, you can use the expiry date also. Okay, manufacturing date 15/4. Okay, now let me put 30th of April. Tally will not move from here because you cannot, the purchase date cannot be the earlier one than the manufacturing date, right? So the manufacturing date should be before the purchase date. Let's assume that it's a product manufactured during March 2024. The expiry date also you can mention if there is anything. So assume that the expiry date is 30th September 2024. Okay. So now you can mention the expiry date. So if you are using the batch dates effectively, you can identify the product's life, agings. Okay, if the products are going to be expired, then companies will take a quick decision to sell out the products with the discount. You would have seen it in the medical shops. Okay, so if not, you just go to some of the branded medical shops. Okay, you can chain of networked medical shops are there. No, you go there, you can find some of the medicines kept out, like kids diapers, soap kind of products kept outside the shop for the 50% discount. So if you find the expiry date, it will be very nearing period. So now we are in the February, you can find some of the products getting expired during June because they want to clear the products as soon as possible. It's not expired, it's going to be expired. So they want to clear it, at least they want to meet the cost price. They don't want much profit on the product, so they will give it for the discount. This kind of a decisions you can take if you are using the batches effectively. Okay, so now this related to this, I'm going to pass one sales transaction on 20th April. Now I'm going to sell some product that is to some of my customer Radiant Technology. When I'm selling the product, so Tally is going to ask a question of from which batch you are going to remove the material. Assume that I have this product in multiple batches, March, April, something. Okay, so everything will be in this listing. So if you want, I'll put one more purchase entry with the different date. Okay, I'll pass one more purchase entry for the same product so that you can identify the list of products coming with the different batches. I'll put the materials in the same godown, or I'll put the materials in the main location. I'm creating a new number that is Jan 2024. Already we had some March 2024 materials. I'll take different prices. So if you want, you put the expiry date, otherwise you can skip it. Okay, so let me put the expiry date is 30th September again for this product also. Same. I purchased twice. Now I'm going to sell the material. I'll pass the sales entry with. Now select some customers. Then we are going to sell this mouse. As soon as selecting the product, so Tally is going to ask a question, which batch material you are going to send it out first. In this godown, we have only one batch. Similarly, in the main location, we have one more batches. So you can select the godown as well as the batches as per your wish. Okay, assume that your customer is asking two different products, two different batched products, or it is available in two different locations. Okay, so you can select different locations also. Sorry. If you want, you can select two different location products also. Select not applicable, come to another batch, another go down. In this way, when you are buying the material, just mention the batch name. When you are selling the material, select from which batch you want to send the materials out first. Okay, it depends on the company policy. There is a high possibility you may be selling the materials with the logic of last and first out. Whatever the materials has come last should be sent out, or first and first out. Okay, so if the materials has come first, 2 years back, 3 years back, that has to be dispersed first, then you can disperse the materials first. That is your company policy. Okay, the method I'm going to teach you, not the company policy. And come to the reports. Display more reports. Go to your inventories. Okay, batch wise, you can identify the materials. Okay, suppose assume that I have only one product with batch wise. I'm selecting Logitech mouse. So it is going to tell you which are the batches are available in your godown and which godown it is available. Everything you get it here. Okay, Logitech mouse is with us in two batches. In Jan batch, we have some materials. You can see it here, batch wise report. When did we purchase, from whom we purchased, and to whom we sold that materials. There are some interesting stories. One of the famous branded car, they found a mistake on the technical area. Okay, so customers may get some problem when they are driving. So sometimes it will be very much dangerous situation they'll be facing. So they announced in the newspaper, those who purchase from the so-and-so batched cars, they have to take the cars to the service centers immediately to replace a particular product on the car. So they can identify the product, first of all. That is what is very important. It's very much useful for the medical business, especially. Okay. See, last time I was buying some medicines for my parents. It's a diabetic medicine. I was asking for 2 strips. Okay. One strip they are giving from old batch, and the another one they are giving from new batch. The old batch one is very old. It will be expiring within 20-30 days. Then why should I buy that material? Okay, because my parents cannot identify which strip they have to consume first. By seeing the batch, I ask a customer, I ask a shopkeeper to change the products. So as a consumer also, you can identify the batches. Okay, sometimes the old batches product will be available at less price. Okay, it will be having enough expiry date, so you can buy it without hesitation. So this kind of information will be very much useful if you use the batches for the stock items properly. Now you can see the report batch wise. Okay, and here even the godown wise also you can see the report. That's different. But in today's topic we are discussing about the batches. So this is going to help you to identify the products through the batches. So just see the batch number, the product, its manufacturing date, its expiring date. Now you can identify that the product will be expired. We have around 600 numbers in our hands. So now company can take some policies to disperse the 600 or 500, which is getting expired soon, right? So if you want, you can change the batches and you can see the report. You can see the batch wise here, godown type or batch wise, Logitech mouse, batch wise. Just see the right hand side, you can find a option. Okay, batch wise or godown type. This is a different area. Batch wise, you can see the report. Right. So this is how we are going to manage the batch wise allocation for the stock items. And finally, we will see some internal movements. Okay, so if the stocks are available in a particular location and for some reasons you are going to move the materials to some other locations, it is very important to account it properly. See, it is similar to your contra entries. Say, for example, I have huge cash in my hand. I'm going to deposit that cash in the bank account. Of course, I'm going to deposit in the company bank account only. So I have to pass some entries using contra vouchers saying that the cash has been deposited in so and so bank account. It is very important. Why? Just to track the fund. Okay, so it was there in our cash box. Now it is not in the cash box. Where it is in the bank account. Just to identify the movement of that fund. It is not in our hands. It is in the bank account. Okay, so it is very important to account it. Similarly, if there is an internal movement of the stock materials from our godown to the manufacturing unit, or from the manufacturing unit to the godown, from godown to the main shop, or from main shop to the godown, whatever the situation is, it should be accounted properly. Okay, assume that you go to a home appliances shop. Okay, I went to the home appliances shop to see the washing machines. Okay, so I bought it. So the washing machine was delivered from the godown. Okay, and there is no demo pieces. I asked them to see the demo. Immediately they took a product from godown to the shop. They have to pass one entry. Then only they can identify the location where the product is available exactly. It was there in the godown. Now it is in the shop. So stock audit, when we do the stock audit, it is very important to identify where the materials are existing. There is a high possibility if you don't track it properly, if you don't account it properly, there is a high possibility you will lose the materials. I'll not say that the godown keeper or somebody will be misusing the product, but we cannot identify the products exactly, right? To avoid this situation, you have to account it properly. Even if it is an internal movement, you have to account it properly. So for that, we are going to use the voucher type stock journal. Okay, Alt F7, stock journal. See, journal, stock journal, everything is related to the stock and the adjustments. So everything is given in the F7 area. Journal, stock journal, and physical stock. Okay, something related to the adjustments mentioned in the F7 area. Now, Alt plus F7 is the stock journal shortcut key. Now I'm going to move some items from one area to another area. Assume that I have a Logitech mouse in main location, 600 numbers that belongs to Jan batch, leave it, 600 numbers to my southwest godown. Okay, it's an internal movement only. Okay, I'm not going to send the materials to my customer or supplier or no one else. Okay, it's just an internal movement. I'm transferring materials from main location to southwest godown. So it should be accounted. So there is no need to mention the rate because it's an internal movement only. I'm not going to sell the materials. Just accept the quantity. That's more than enough. Right? There are two areas, source and destination. Source is the area from where the materials are moved, and destination is the area to where the materials are moved. Now I'm transferring the material Logitech mouse to my southwest godown. In my southwest godown, I had only 500 numbers. Now I'm transferring my 600 numbers from main location to southwest godown. That belongs to March batch 500. So I'll just transfer. Even cost is not required. Assume that when I'm transferring the material from this area to another area, my price is getting changed. Then you can change the price also. That's not at all an issue. You can change the price also. But let it be that I'm transferring the material without price. So very simple. Sorry, I have to select 600 numbers. I mistake. I selected 500 numbers. I will remove the price again. It comes automatically. You have to remove it. So I'm changing my materials from main location to my southwest godown. It's an internal movement. This should be accounted properly. Now coming to the reports, display inventory books, you can find the movement analysis, stock transfer journals. Okay, sometimes this also affects your working capital. It may incur some transportation charges, loading, unloading charges. So we have to take a proper decision whether it is necessary to move the materials from one godown to another godown, because it is going to, we are going to spend some amount on it. So is that labor charges will be there, like your transportation charges, loading, unloading charges will be there. So you can track how many times you have moved the materials from one area to another area. Okay, just enter and you can find the internal movements through stock transfer journals. And even on the stock summary, you can find the same figure. Assume that I'm going to open the stock item Logitech. Assume that there is a movement. See, inwards 2600, outwards 1500, closing stock is 1100. Of course, we bought 2000 quantities. Okay, we sold some items. Now we have 1100 numbers with us. It is nothing but 600 plus 500. Just enter and you can find the voucher type here also. The simple difference is, first one is the inward of material from outsider. Inward. It shows with the quantity and price. Okay, even if you want, press F12 and take the rates also. Inward, 1000 numbers I bought it for 76 and 1000 numbers I bought it for 90 and I sold the materials to my customers. That is nothing but outward. It's not an internal transfer. So in case of inward and outward, if it is an external activity, buying from others and selling to others, it comes with a price. With this easily you can identify that this is an internal transfer. See, in case of internal transfer, the quantity comes under inward as well as under outward. With this you can identify that this is our internal transfer. Okay, now we have 1100 numbers with us. Okay, I'll come out. This is about internal movements. You can see the reports in the inventory books, stock transfer, journal, register. That is one thing. And about the external movements, if you want to do some analysis about the particular stock item, we have 2-3 kinds of reports. First, I will show you the important report, that is movement analysis. Movement analysis, display mode report, statement of inventory, and movement analysis. It is very easy to understand and remember the reports. Basically, all our financial statements are available in the front screen itself. We call it as gateway of Tally, P&L, trading account, and balance sheet, stock summary. And other reports are hidden on the display mode reports. In that, it is divided into 2: accounts book, statement of accounts. Similarly, inventory book, statement of inventory. So all the basic reports are available on the accounts book. The advanced reports like bill-wise details, cost center, interest calculation is available in the statement of inventory. In this company, I have not activated bill-wise cost center interest, so it's not enabled. Similarly, basic inventory reports, the registers are available in the inventory books. For example, about the individual stock item. Okay, about the registers, delivery note register, receipt note register, stock journal register, and the physical stock register. Every registers are available. Registers are nothing but the list of transactions entered through the particular voucher type. Okay, so for example, you go to accounts book and see the register, purchase register, sales register, purchase register, the list of purchases for the particular month, and finally the list of vouchers. It's nothing but the voucher register. Similarly, we have inventory related registers in the inventory books. All the advanced reports are available on the statement of inventory. Get into the statement of inventory. Now you can see the advanced reports. Especially for the manufacturing organization, these reports are very much useful. Even for the big trading organization, those who are effectively using TallyPrime for the inventory management, these reports will be helping them to take easy and quick decisions. Right? So first we have a movement analysis report. Let us see the movement analysis. I told you at the beginning of the session that Tally is going to give a magic and it's going to guide you on to which customer you are selling the particular product. Okay, it's going to give a report for your business improvement, business development. For example, let us take the item, stock item analysis. Take a particular item. So it's going to tell you from whom you are buying and to whom you are selling. This is about the item analysis, particular product, AZ 21.5 inches, full HD, ultra slim monitor. I want to know about this product, from whom we are buying. There is a possibility from 2-3 suppliers we will be buying. So Tally will show you the details of the supplier from whom you are buying frequently. Okay, you are buying from 4-5 suppliers, 10, 100 suppliers, everything comes here. With the quantity, rate, then you can identify from which supplier we are buying for a less price, from which supplier we are buying frequently. So there is a change view option and there is a show more. You can see all the additional reports related to this stock items. Okay, for the inventory management. And coming to the outwards, to which customer we are selling this product. Assume that management wants to take some decision. This Acer 21.5-inch monitor will become very old. Okay, they want to disperse it. Simply by seeing this report, they can identify Mrs. Hardwares. They can call them. Sir, on so-and-so day, you purchase the items for this quantity, for this rate. If you prefer, we'll give it for a less price also. Because you can identify the customer who's buying this product frequently. Right? This is about the item-wise analysis. Even the ledger-wise analysis also you can do. For example, there is a dispute with the customer. I'm not talking about the disputes. Just assume there is a dispute with the customer. You want to take some important decision whether we are going to deal with a particular customer or not. Just see the ledger analysis. That will show the list of products purchased by the particular customer from us and which frequency is buying, how much he is buying from us, or what price he is buying from us. If you feel that the customer's relationship is very much important, then you can continue the relationship, right? So we will be taking some major decisions based on this also, like supplier. What are the products we are buying from the supplier? And even there's a possibility we can sell it to the same person and you can see the report. LL Enterprises, we are buying all these 3 materials from him. So what is the rate? What is the quantity recently we purchased? How much we purchased from him? You can see the reports like that. It is about the ledger analysis. Or you can take it as a sundry creditor analysis, sundry debtor analysis, or a transfer analysis. This is about the transfers. This we have seen it from the stock journal register. Okay, so only once in our organization, we moved the products 600 numbers from one area to another area. So there is a F12 in the screen also. If you want, you can use this. Enter, and you can see the report in detail. We have transferred the materials without the prices. Only quantity we have accounted. See, stock journals. Shift enter, you can use it to see the report in detailed format. Or you can use change view, or you can use F12 to modify the particular screen. Right? So this is how you are going to see the movement analysis. We have a lot of options: stock group analysis, stock category analysis, stock item analysis. And finally, I thought of showing you very important dashboard about the particular stock item. Okay, stock query report. So it's nothing but a complete dashboard. If you want to see a particular product, it's grouping, category, the measurement type, its price, average price, from whom we are buying to whom we are selling, last how many quantities we purchased, last how many quantities we sold to whom. Okay, everything will be in single screen. That is called stock query report, right? See the report in detail. Everything in single page. If you want to take some decision. Recently, I met one client who's having huge stock items. They want to take some decision, like some of the products are occupying the godowns where they are facing less margins. Some of the important products which is giving major profits to the organization is not having a space to keep it. So they will be require this kind of a report, a single page report. Just refer this single page report. Even some of the medical shop, you go and ask for some product, they'll say, sir, it is not available with us, it is available in so and so place. So they'll be using some other ERP also. I'm not sure that whether they are using a Tally or not, but they'll be having this kind of a report. So they'll see the report and say that this product is available in so and so place. Nearby shops, they refer to you because their system is ERP, it is integrated. Similarly, in Tally also, you can identify the place where the remaining products are available. So closing balance, cost price per number, and which costing methodology is applied to make the valuation, and category of the product, closing stock value, what is the last selling price? It's a standard selling price. We sold it for 9,500. Suppose for one customer I sold it for 9,000, another customer we sold it for 9,500. Kind of a different pricing we are following for different customer. Then we will be identifying the average price also. See, market valuation method is the average price. So the average prices will be available here for a decision making. So last we purchased on 1st of April from the supplier LL Enterprises, 100 numbers, 7,500 each. And last we sold to Adverse, how many numbers we sold to them. So list of customers, how many customers we sold. Here also we have actual configuration. If you want, you can make it as a vertical. It's just a horizontal or vertical. That's all. That's a format of the report. You can change it. So I'm just telling you that there is a field called F12 configuration. Any reports you can modify and see it for your convenience. Some options are given to modify the report and see it for your convenience. And there is an option for change view also. Okay, if you want, if you have suppose say for example 4 or 5 times you purchase, but you want to see the top supplier or the top customer alone, you can see the report like this. So no other information. I just want to see the top seller and top buyer of this product. That means from whom we are buying, to whom we are selling. Buying and selling. So you can give a change view. Quantity wise, you can see. Again, control H change view to see the report, monthly summary, movement analysis, voucher, everything you can see from here. Control B is there. Show number of top. How many you want to see? For example, 100 supplier I want to see. If there is 100 supplier, everything comes on the list. 100 customer, if you want to see, you can see the 100 customers transaction, recent transaction in the single screen itself, right? So this is how we are going to manage inventories with the help of batches, tracking numbers, and the movement analysis report. And movement analysis report, this is, we have one more very important report, that is aging analysis, aging about the products. So last, when did we purchase? Okay, some companies, they will be having a system of buying and selling. If you buy it and keep it in the godown, then it's nothing but wasting your working capital. Okay, without understanding the customer's requirement, you buy more and keep it in the godown. That means you are wasting your working capital. Because to manage the payments, to manage the expenses, again you'll be taking loan and you'll be paying interest, or you'll not make proper payment of your suppliers, you'll lose the credibility. To avoid that, you will take an interest for higher rates. So to avoid all these situations, you have to manage the inventories properly. This aging reports will guide you after buying the material, how many days we keep it in the godown. Okay, say for example, I'm seeing this report. I'm seeing this report on January. Today is 31st January. Now Tally is going to give a age of all the products. It says you bought it 180 days before. Not now. You bought it 180 days before, but it is still lying on your godowns. That means it is unsold. Even if you take your financial statements to the cost analyst, to the chartered accountants, to get a clarification about why you are facing loss, why you are facing working capital issues, they'll ask you to produce this report also. What is the age of all your products? Even if you have OCC account with your banker, okay, cash credit account, there is a possibility they'll be asking your stock aging reports, right? So then they can guide you properly. Like if the products are very old, that means you are buying and simply you are keeping it in the godown, you are not selling it, and that is affecting your working capital. Next time, suppose a person is coming to sell you the Logitech mouse. Supplier is coming to meet you, then you can tell them, so these are the products we are having it. Sometimes there is a possibility you can talk to the supplier to take back the materials. There will be some conditions between you, there will be some contracts between you and the supplier, take back the material. Then you identify the products which are unsold for more than 180 days or more than 360 days. Just tell them that we are unable to sell this product, please take back. At least you can save some money on that, right? So this is how we are going to manage our inventory in Tally. See, there are a lot of features in Tally. If you use it properly, you can manage your inventory. At last, it's going to help us to manage our working capital and also is going to help us to save the profit, right? And I'm just giving some additional information. If you are using Tally properly, suppose if you feel that the invoice issued from the Tally directly is not professional. Of course, it looks very professional. It has all the information as suggested by the GST compliances. It is so professional. But still, if you feel that you want to issue invoice with your company logo, with the different color patterns, get in touch with us. We will help you to customize your invoice. So in Tally, nothing is fixed. People used to say like in some other softwares, we can customize everything. In Tally also, you can customize everything. You just get in touch with us. Okay, so our TDL, we call it as TDL, Tally Definition Language. That is the programming language used to create Tally. With the help of TDL languages, our expert teams will customize your invoices, right? So I have mentioned some of the sample patterns here. You can change the fields, you can include some columns, you can increase the font size, you can add some color patterns. Okay, this is our company invoice, right? You can keep the logos also, and in the footer also you can make some changes. Not even the header, even on the footer also, you can make some changes, right? So this is how we keep our invoices. Similarly, if you want to make some changes on your invoices, if you want to make some modification, get in touch with us. We will help you to do it so, right? That is one thing. Another thing is we have a placement division that is called tallyhr.com. We help the accountants to get right job at the right place, and also we help the business owners to get the right accountants. We are simply the platform to connect the accountants and the business owners. Okay, get in touch with us. We will help you to find a good accountant job, or we will help you to find a good accountant if you are a business owner, right? We are the platform exclusively for the accounts and finance domain. And I have an important announcement, that is for the old version users. Always you have to use the latest editions in Tally to use all the best features, the statutory compliances, etc. As you know very well, the TallyPrime has made a lot of magics in the accounting world, especially this release 5. You can file your GST returns directly from Tally. Instead of downloading the JSON files from Tally and again going to the GST portal and uploading it, waiting for the uploading, etc. Not to waste your time, Tally has come out with the direct filing of returns from release 5.0 onwards. At the end of September, they have released this release 5.0. Similarly, we are going to face the new release that is called release 6. A lot of banking advancements has happened through the release 6. Okay, directly you can connect your bank account from Tally, and you can download your statements. You can check the bank balance directly from Tally, and you can enable the e-payments also from Tally. Okay, these are all the enhancements we are going to face it from release 6. So I want everyone to use the latest version of Tally. If you are using the old version, that is called Tally ERP 9. Okay, so you will not get major support from your Tally dealer or from the Tally company itself. Better you have to convert yourself to TallyPrime. If anybody is using Tally ERP 9, now this is the time to get into Tally ERP 9. For that, my conversion, to make it simple and affordable to everyone, Tally company has announced a discount. So for the TSS is a 50% discount they have announced. For single user, you are going to pay 2,250 plus GST at 18%. For multi-user, you are going to pay 6,750 plus 18% GST. This offer is only up to 6th March 2025. Tally company is encouraging every businesses to use the latest version. So now this is a time to get into the latest version, because at least from the 1st of April, that is the new financial year, you can accounted with the proper tools. That is TallyPrime, the latest version and the latest releases you can use it, right? So if you want any support related to Tally products, Tally services, TSS, TDL integration, get in touch with us. Our website is www.assettally.com, and you can reach us through emails, info@assettally.com, and also I mentioned the phone numbers on the screen. Get in touch with us. And this is a webinar calendar, and coming week we are going to have a topic that is on Thursday, how to get ready for your accounts finalization. Of course, we are nearing our year end. That is, we have only 1 month more. Almost we are at the end of February. At least now, if you go back and recall some problems, mistakes you did it in your books of accounts, or something you missed, something you have not entered, something you have not reconciled, or something is different from your books of accounts and the data which you have filed in the GST or TDS compliances or ESIPF compliances. Now this is a time to rectify it. Okay, see the tax compliances, if you find your mistakes and if you admit it and if you correct it at the right time, see your penalties are less. Okay, instead the department finds it or your auditor finds at the end of the time or the time we file the returns, probably May, September, October. So it is almost more than 6 months. Okay, so you will not find a time to change it. Some of the errors you cannot rectify it during that time. So better now you learn how to get ready for your finalization. So coming Thursday, so coming 18th, that is on Tuesday, February, we are going to have this topic, how to get ready for accounts finalization. Thank you very much for your participation.